The fall and rise of Track. Track was a boy with big dreams, but life had other plans. Or so he'd said. Born into a poor family in a quiet village, his brilliance in school set him apart. He was the kind of child who solved complex arithmetic faster than the teacher could write them. But when it was time to further his education, reality hit hard. His parents, honest and hard-working farmers, could barely afford daily meals, let alone pay for university fees. Dreams of becoming an engineer began to fade. Hope, however, came from an unexpected source. Track's uncle, a stern but kind man named Uncle Boniface, decided not to let his nephew's future slip away. He took Track to the city to live and work with a friend, Mr. Ogden, a well-respected businessman who sold industrial machines, generators, engines, and factory tools. From the first day in the shop, Track showed uncommon intelligence and dedication. Within months, he mastered the trade, from customer relations to inventory handling and negotiation. Mr. Ogendale was so impressed that he treated Track not just as an apprentice, but as a son. After 5 years of loyalty, Mr. Ogendale settled Track with a massive industrial shop in a prime area and a large sum of capital. It was more than most apprentices could dream of. Track hit the ground running. His business acumen shocked everyone. In just 3 years, he owned 3 shops in different parts of the city, and had completed a beautiful plaza in the neighboring city, which he named the Boniface Complex, a tribute to the uncle who believed in him. Money flowed in. Success stories about Track spread like wildfire. Newspapers featured him. Business conferences invited him as a speaker. He became a symbol of hard work and success. Then came a stranger, a well-dressed man from a neighboring country. He introduced himself as Mr. Beak, walked into Track's main shop one hot afternoon. With a wide smile and a heavy accent, he said someone highly recommended Track. He wanted to buy industrial machines worth over 300 million zeits and claimed he would pay in full. His documents were in order. He paid up front, no haggling, just smiles, handshakes, and the promise of more business. Track celebrated the deal with his staff, grateful for divine favor. But 6 months later, things began to unravel. First, one of the warehouses caught fire mysteriously. Insurance delayed payment. Then a bank called about a loan Track never took. More debts emerged, traced to forged documents in his name. His trusted accountant vanished. Sales dropped sharply. Loyal customers complained about machines that mysteriously malfunctioned. Track tried to fight it all. Police cases, lawyers, appeals, but it was like pouring water into a basket. One by one, his shops closed. Then, the plaza. The bank seized it after he couldn't meet mortgage payments. Friends disappeared. Phones stopped ringing. Within a year, Track lost everything. Homeless, he wandered the city, sometimes sleeping in abandoned buses, other times in open parks. He avoided anyone from his past, ashamed of his condition. Hunger became a companion, and loneliness his shadow. One rainy morning, after a night of sleeping in a bus outside the city, he made a decision. He returned to the village. His uncle, older now, but still strong in spirit, was shocked to see him in rags, soaked and frail. He said nothing, just held Track tightly. That Sunday, he took him to a local church known for deep prayers and spiritual deliverance. The church was a small building on the edge of the village, led by a soft-spoken priest named Father Ezzy. After prayers and some spiritual discernment, the priest sat Track down and told him, "My son, what happened to you was not ordinary. The man who came from the neighboring country was sent. He was not a business partner. He was an agent of destruction. He took something from your shop. Not money, not machines. Something spiritual. He buried it with charms to reverse your fortunes. Since that day, your destiny began to leak." Track broke down in tears. It all began to make sense. The timing, the strange dreams he started having after the big deal, the sudden disloyalty from his staff. Father Asichukwu organized 7 days of prayers and deliverance. The whole church joined. On the 7th day, Track fainted during prayer. When he woke, he said he saw a vision of a giant padlock being broken and a voice saying, "Your light will shine again." Weeks passed. Track stayed in the village, helping his uncle on the farm and slowly regaining strength. One day, he received a call from an old customer who had been trying to reach him for over a year. The man was starting a new factory and insisted Track be the one to supply all the machines. "I don't have a shop anymore," Track said. "I don't care. I want you," the man replied. "I'll pay you in advance." With the first payment, Track started small. He rented a shop in the city. Then, another. Word got out that Track was back, and this time, wiser. Old clients returned. The same God who lifted him before, lifted him again. But he never forgot the lesson. Track now travels across villages, teaching young people not just about business, but also about spiritual sensitivity. He always ends his talks with the same words. Hard work is important, but never forget to guard your light. Because not every smile is friendly, and not every handshake is clean. And so, Track rose again, not just in wealth, but in wisdom. And this time, nothing could stop him. The end.